seconds to go. Oh, wait. We're hearing it now. The pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner and see what happens.
With the 5th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.
Because I know somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
Oh my goodness, what is up, Straight Talk Society, and what is up, Miami Dolphin fans? Now, I was kind of unfair to play that what I just did because, you know, God, boy, this one hurts. This one hurts. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I never expected to win this game against Buffalo. You could hear me last week from my car chronicles from the stadium. I said that that Buffalo was going to win because Josh Allen owns the Dolphins. But shout out to my brother-in-law D-Lock in the building. Shout out to Manny B in the building. Shout out to those of you watching over on Twitter. Go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You could drop a chat if you want, even on Twitter. Let me know what you thought about today's game. Hopefully, I do get a Buffalo Bills fan to come on the panel. He is my brother-in-law is a Buffalo Bill fan, so I'd love to have him come on just to see how he experienced that game, because I know he was watching that game with his ass clenched. Because for me, I never expected to win that game, but for him, I know he expected to win that game, and they were ass clench. I mean, you win that game in the most ridiculous way ever, a 61-yard field goal, whatever. You could take that. You could take that. My goodness, man. I agree, Manny B. This one hurts, man. This one, and listen, I'm the guy that I'd rather get my ass kicked over having just a game to lose a game like that. I was hoping they would have got into overtime, but that one hurt. That one really, 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 really hurt, man. But nevertheless, we are where we are right now. We stand at 2-6, and you are what your record is. The Miami Dolphins right now are a 2-6 football team. I want to say third place in the division right now. I don't know if the Patriots won or lost yet. We'll go over the scores soon. But this is where we stand. You know, historically, they showed a graphic at the beginning, Tua versus the AFC East division, where he basically owns the AFC East, except the Bills. They showed a nice graphic where he was 1-7 against the Bills, and they had some Buffalo chasing them. The Bills have historically been our daddies, and nothing changed today. But this game was a little different, man. I said that this may have been the best game the Dolphins played all season. Ironically, we lose a game, but the run game was masterful. Timely shots when needed. Tyreek Hill was quiet in the beginning, but Tua was finding him in the second half. for big chunk plays, 27 yards, 19 yards, 20 plus yards. Just the one that Tua underthrew him, because that would have been an easy touchdown. But nevertheless, he did still make the completion of 27 yards. This was Mike McDaniel's best coach game. Clock management. It was so funny. The first half was over and the Dolphins still had 3 timeouts left. That hasn't happened all season, because we know the Dolphins, they're going to blow at least 2 timeouts so that they don't get a delay of game penalty. So they literally played a damn near perfect game, but just couldn't close it out at the end. I mean, man, that's why, listen, the difference between these teams in the NFL is so minute. Every now and then you may get a blowout. You may get a team that's like, oh my God, they don't even belong on the field. But when you see today, these two teams are more evenly matched than you may think. And I think Buffalo is like tops in the AFC, in the AFC period. I give Buffalo a lot of credit because I think Josh Allen is phenomenal. I know I'm supposed to hate him, but I do give him credit because I think he's a phenomenal quarterback. And he doesn't get the credit that he deserves, but Josh Allen is friggin' awesome. But today, man, this game this game was one of those. This was one of those for the record books. Like, this was one where this was a good game. I don't have too many complaints, man. Let me just go through my quick game notes, and then we'll, get in some other stuff and be out of here. Right now, the Dolphins do stand at 2-6, though, and that's not where you want to be. 2-6 is losing football. No matter what, no matter how you try to slice it. We didn't have Tua for 3.5 games. So what? Should have found a way to go 500. So right now we are at playing way below 500 football. Shout out to Keela in the building. Keela, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere, because last time I checked, your Cowboys were getting the beats put on them too. So don't go nowhere. But let's look at this real quick. So Miami's defense forced a quick 3 and out. Really quick 3 and out. Miami's possession, strong run by A-Chain, followed by a quick pass to Hill. That was Hill's first and only catch until the third quarter. The center QB exchange is still an issue. We were driving and lost yards on that. Odell Beckham makes his first catch as a Dolphin. Good to see that. I think he had 3 catches in the game. 2 of those are strike to Tyreek Hill. Had like 4 defenders draped on him. No pass interference called. Bailey gets the punt. Bailey, terrible punt. Terrible punt. I don't know about Jake Bailey. Even when I was at the game last week, before the game, he's out there kicking against no coverage, nothing. Just short punts. We might need to look elsewhere come next season. But that terrible punt allowed for a 30-yard return, which swung the field position. They mentioned that Miami was ranked 6th in yards allowed, which is crazy that this team that's lost 6 is 6th in points in yards allowed, but they only had 3 interceptions. Agba stops a QB run, holding Buffalo to a field goal in that first possession. Cowboys did lose. Good. So there you go, Keela. So Agba did stop the run. They design run all the way. Agba snuffed it out. Held Buffalo to a field goal. Miami's second possession starts with a pre-snap penalty. Offsides on Austin Jackson, I want to say. 16-yard gain by Motzer. Plus, there was a 15-yard penalty added on to that. Miami stuck with the short passes. Today was a lot of short pass and big runs. Like, all their runs were averaging about 8 yards a carry. Now they're going to probably bring it down to about 6, but all their runs were just gashes. And what I love the most, what am I going to say, y'all? Miami was running between the tackles. There was none of that outside toss and shit. They were running between the tackles. Even A-Chain running between the tackles. That's how you play football in the NFL. You line up and you play like a man, helmet on helmet. You run between the tackles. And Miami was getting like 8 yards a clip on that. So the drive stops 3rd and 1. Miami settles for a field goal, ties us up 3-3. So we go to the second quarter. Both teams' offense basically mimic each other in this game. A lot of short passes, a lot of big runs. That's how it was, literally on both sides. Buffalo was just driving the ball. Buffalo got the ball down to within the 10. And they throw a slant pass that popped up, and I'm not even sure if it popped up. I think Ramsey read it so good that he literally just snatched it out of the receiver's hand. Interception on the 3-yard line, stopped Buffalo from scoring. So now Miami has the ball on their 3-yard line, got to go 97 yards the other way, and they put together one of the most beautiful drives that I've seen, man. Strong runs by Mostert, man. Mostert, I mean, we gonna criticize Mostert soon, but not on this drive. Nice run by Mostert. A-chain 14-yard. Mostert had like 3 runs on that, and Miami just consistently driving. The drive ended with A-chain 14-yard TD run and catch to caps off what I thought was the best drive of the season. 97 yards going the other way. I thought that was the best drive of the Dolphins season. But again, I don't want to hear nobody's mouth, because who led that drive? Listen, the only thing that's been different in the past couple of weeks is that you didn't have number 1 under center. So can we all collectively as Dolphin fans right now stop the Tua hate and realize that this team is only as good as Tua is? Because somebody say, oh, Trevor, they lost a game. Hey, the defense last week shouldn't have let Kyler Murray march down the field on them. That wasn't Tua's fault. He put you in position to win the game. Today you lost on the 61-yard pass. I mean, that was crazy. That's not going to happen probably ever again this season. A 61-yard basically walk-off kick. That's not going to happen again. So you lost that one. But Tua makes this team. We went from averaging 11 points a game to now that Tua's back, 2 back-to-back 27-point game. Oh, funny, 27 points last week and 27 points this week. So back-to-back 27-point games. And the only thing that changed was number 1. The Dolphin fans got to get their fingers out their ass and collectively realize that this team is only going to go as far as Tua goes. So next drive, Cam Smith, Buffalo's driving down the field. Cam Smith killed us, man. Back-to-back penalties that could have got Buffalo off the field. He kept them on the field. Back-to-back penalties. Miami nearly sacks Allen on 3rd and 12, but he escapes. Like, they literally had Allen. Again, we go back to our problems from last week. The Dolphins can't tackle. When it comes to quarterbacks, they can't tackle mobile quarterbacks. I saw it firsthand last week. They couldn't contain Kyler Murray. You thought you had him. He literally got away every time. Today, you got your arms on Josh Allen. There's a touchdown that Josh Allen threw with hand, literally had him wrapped up. Allen's going to the ground and still strong enough to throw the touchdown pass. So that's insane. Shout out to Bones in the building. That was insane, man. So you had back-to-back. So Miami nearly sacks Allen on 3rd and 12, but he escapes. Hold on, let me see what I got here. So I said back-to-back Buffalo holds cancel their touchdown. So Buffalo is driving. They scored a touchdown. Holding is brought back. Again, they do the exact same thing. Another holding is brought back again. They had to settle for a 49-yard field goal. So I got a note on here that Miami shows excellent clock management, saving all timeouts for the half. Again, we know the Dolphins, they would have normally blown through 2 timeouts in the first quarter because of terrible clock management. But today, I think they only had, at one point, they had like 5 penalties for 33 yards. And a lot of that was the holdings, which I still think holding is the worst call in football because you can call it on every single down. Every down. It's literally the refs pick and choose when they want to call holding. Seriously. So Third quarter begins. Miami gets the ball back. Miami's driving. Mostert continues to lead 8 yards. Mostert catches a 14-yard pass. So literally they're feeding Mostert. 8 yards, 14-yard catch. They give him the ball again. Wonk, wonk. It's funny because my brother-in-law, I really wish he would come on. Let me know if you're in the chat, Thinking Black. But Miami, I sent the message. I said, well, I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop. I said that. I was like, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop because I know, man, I'm a Dolphin fan. I know it's going to happen. Soon as I typed it, wonk, wonk, they punched the ball out. Mostert. And then they say that Miami leads the NFL in fumbles with 7 in the last 2.5 games. So ball security, again, is an issue with the Dolphins. A few weeks ago, we had Mostert putting it on the ground. We had Alec Engel, who is sure-handed as I don't know what, putting it on the ground. So this is just ridiculous that this guy, we're the ball security, pre-snap penalties, send me okay. Thinking Black is ready to come on, baby. This link is only for Thinking Black because I want to talk to a Buffalo Bill fan. I want to hear from a Buffalo Bills fan because again, I said the Dolphins were going to lose this game. I purposely didn't participate in our pool this week because I was going to have to pick against the Dolphins, and I do not pick against the Dolphins when it comes to gambling. So I rather just not play in the pool. That's how I am. But I knew there was nothing in me that said the Dolphins were going to win this game. Nothing. I didn't think they were going to play as good as they did. I thought they were going to get ass kicked like they always do against Buffalo. But so pleasant surprise. Shout out to MD, the political prophet in the building. Hey, man, we lost, MD. We lost. I mean, hey, ain't nothing. MD, you know I'm here, rain or shine, baby. You know the only thing, I won't be here next week because it's a Monday Night Football game. You know those games are late, so I can't really do anything after those games. So one thing I will notice. So Buffalo capitalizes with a 4th down touchdown pass to ex-Dolphin Mac Hollins, but then they missed the extra point. So I'm like, oh boy, is something. Something working good? Like, let's go. I see you in the back Thinking Black. Is something going on? Like, man, Buffalo's missing the extra point. So Miami's next drive, Tua connects with Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith has been a bright spot in this offense, man, in the past couple of weeks. MD, I don't know how y'all let him go, if it was a money issue or what, but Jonnu Smith has literally been, he's been our best receiver until Tyreek Hill decided to show up and come to work today. So Jonnu Smith, Tua connects with Smith for a 15-yard. Mostert adds 7 yards. Hill gets a 27-yard catch. Tua grossly underthrew that pass. Had he led Tyreek Hill, that's easy 6 right there. Tyreek Hill literally had to stop and come back for it. But he caught it nevertheless. They reviewed it, said he didn't tap the toe, but he did. I don't know why they would even have to review that. You clearly see that he had both feet in. But Tua and seeing it in person, Tua can throw the ball down the field, but his wind up and release is ugly. And what I noticed also, if you even look on his pictures, you'll notice his non-throwing hand always does this motion, which is the fencing motion. And if I'm not mistaken, MD mentioned this at one point that he always has the fencing motion. So it may not. We're saying that whenever he gets concussed, that the fencing motion is such a terrible thing. That may just be a automatic reflex for him. Because even if you look, let me show you this picture. Like you look at this picture of the schedule. Let me see if they show it. Okay, it's not on this one, but there's a picture. You show his non-throw, his right hand like this every time. So that's just something to look at. But finish this recap so then I could get ATL let him go because they have Kyle Pitts. Yeah, let me finish this recap. So Miami ended up getting stalled, so they settled for a field goal. Right. So right now, it was a 4-3 point game no matter what. Like they literally were hanging with Buffalo. There was very little possessions in this game, so you didn't have one team that had the ball more than the other. Like literally, they were basically equal. They were going stride for stride in this game because both game plans were the exact same. Big gashing runs, short passes. Literally, that was the whole entire game. Like big gashing run, short passes. Miami gets the ball again. Oh, so Buffalo responds. This, I don't know what happened here. Buffalo's next possession, they responded with a 63-yard touchdown, and then they converted the 2 points to go up by 7. Blown coverage. I don't know what the hell happened. 63-yard touchdown. Miami's next drive, Tua finds Hill for another 27-yard pass. Now he's starting to heat up. Odell Beckham fumbles, but it was ruled down by contact. So again, the Dolphins leading the NFL in fumbles. They put another one on the ground. Scariest moment in the game for me. And Miami fans, we're going to collectively say this. It's 4th and 3. McDaniel, he may not be the greatest coach in the world, but 4th and 3 doesn't scare McDaniel. He goes for it on 4th and 3. There's nothing there. There's no safety net. There's nobody open downfield. So what does Tua do? Tua tucks the ball and run, and I'm going like this because collectively I felt all of Miami like, oh my God, don't get hurt. Because again, he got his concussion against Buffalo, trying to get the first down, trying to make something happen. And Tua scrambles and gets the first down, and this son of a bitch dives head first. He doesn't slide. He dives head first. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, you literally don't give a shit. Like you literally don't give a shit. When he got up and he was okay, I'm good. I'm like, okay, great. And what I did notice, I'm looking around. I want to say there were 2 to 3 players that had Guardian caps on. A-Chain's still wearing his, and I think there's a player from Buffalo that had on a Guardian cap. And I'm just wondering why the hell my quarterback doesn't have a Guardian cap on. He's too macho to wear a Guardian cap. That's just ridiculous. I mean, you're the most concussed man in the NFL, and you don't want to wear a Guardian cap. But this Joker dives head first. I mean, and he dove too. It wasn't like just a boom. He dove like he was diving, trying to dive in the home plate in the World Series. So, but nevertheless, he did get the first down. Right after that, he throws a screen pass to Jonnu Smith, and then an 8-yard touchdown run to Devon A-Chain that tied the game up 20-20. So again, this game is reminding me of the game. What was it last year when we played Buffalo in Miami in the Heat game when Buffalo was gassed, and we ended up winning that game like 20-18 or something like that. But that's what this game was reminding me, because they're literally going shot for shot. There was nobody was getting ahead, because you figure coming out of the half, Buffalo was going to come out and score, or Miami was going to turn the ball over, and which we did, but we thought Buffalo was just going to jump out and never look back. But they didn't. Miami just kept putting their foot on their necks, and they kept the game very close. It was tied the majority of the game. So Buffalo's run and short pass game continued to gash Miami, but that goes both ways. Big runs, short passes, just gashing Miami. And that last drive ended with Josh Allen being draped by hand because they went for it. Mike says Miami's O-line was their O-line play. Listen, bro, I don't have no. Normally, I would have came on here and criticized the whole team. A loss like that, what the hell could you do? You can't. What could you do? You can't do nothing. Like that, literally, the Dolphins played the best game they played all season, and they lost. I mean, it is what it is. But so they're draped on Josh Allen, like literally got Josh Allen at the legs. He's falling backwards and still throws a touchdown in the end zone. I'm like, bro, that's why he's the best. There's nothing. I got Josh Allen in my top 5. And maybe the only person I got ahead of him is that's what I say too, is Patrick Mahomes. Literally, if you ask me right now, hey, build a football team and pick your quarterback, I'm taking Josh Allen. I'm taking Josh Allen, and it is what it is. And I'm a Dolphin fan through and through, but I am taking Josh Allen. So Miami's next possession, they push back because they're like, hey, normally we'll lay down like some whores, but Miami was like, nah, bro, we're going to fight you stride for stride. So the next possession, A-Chain, 11-yard run, Tyreek Hill, 19-yard. Here we are, 3rd and 7, game on the line. Tua to Waddle. Finally, Waddle gets a catch. 3rd and 7, 13-yard catch. But then Waddle collapses. He gets hurt. On the next play, Waddle gets hurt. He had a leg injury, but he ended up coming back to the game. 2 to A-Chain for 19 yards. Then Waddle got back in the game for a 7-yard touchdown reception. Man, I mean, no, yeah, I'm taking Josh Allen over Lamar all day, every day. Hell, I'm taking Tua over Lamar. Well, no, I take Lamar only for the reason that Lamar got wheels. That's it. His wheels are unstoppable, but the total package, give me Josh Allen. Give me Josh Allen. And don't tell me who won more, because Lamar haven't won shit. You know, remember, they were 15-1 and lost in the first round. So don't tell me who won more, because Lamar hasn't won a damn thing either, because you're going to be like, oh, Josh Allen hadn't won anything. Josh Allen has more playoff wins than Lamar Jackson. I'm almost certain. So, yeah, I'm taking Josh Allen 100 times. And twice on Sunday. So now the game's tied up 27-27. Miami's defense steps up and stack. And Chop Robinson made a play, sacks Josh Allen. The next play, Deshaun Hand, great name for this play. Deshaun Hand bats the ball down from Josh Allen. Then it's third down, trying to get him off the field. Former Bill, Justin Poyer, with the unnecessary roughness. He led with the damn helmet. That doesn't matter if he won the MVP. So what? What has he won? What has his team won with him leading them? Exactly. So that keeps the play alive. Unnecessary roughness. I mean, they played it. Yeah, he led with the helmet. It was fine. It's, you know what's crazy as we go back to that, they were almost going to call unnecessary roughness on Raheem Mostert for lowering his head and running over the defender, but they picked that flag up and called it on the defense instead. Like that's crazy, but individual. But again, his team hadn't won anything. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Football isn't about who wins all the accolades. If that's the case, what's his name? TJ Watt, JJ Watt, whoever the guy from Pittsburgh, he'd be the best player in football. But he's not, because his team hadn't won any. He hadn't led his team to win anything. It's a team game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So if I got 17 games to win to get me to the championship, I'm riding number 17. That sounded gay, but I'm taking Josh Allen. I'm going with Josh Allen. So that is what it is. So Buffalo is 4th down. So instead of throwing a Hail Mary, which I didn't like the defensive call on Miami, 3rd down, they decided to only rush 3 and they dropped back. You could have gave up a lot of yards there. Buffalo still could have spiked the ball. Nevertheless, incomplete pass. It's like 4th and 5 seconds left on the clock. 61-yard kick. Their kicker missed the extra point earlier. He could have hit this kick from 70. He has so much leg. Like literally, that kick was never in doubt. Walk-off kick. Well, not walk-off, because you still had like 3 seconds left on the clock. I don't know what the hell Miami was doing. TJ Watt. If TJ Watt is not the best defensive player, I don't know who is. Yeah, but TJ Watt isn't getting them to the Super Bowl. So, hey, Thinking Black, come back up, man. I'm just about to let you come back up. I got to get my, I got to get my, I got to get I got to get my commentary first. So come back up. Let me see. Yeah, but yeah. So, but again, objective. We always, whatever, man. Because I see you just always. I get it, man. You love to argue with me because I fall in the trap. I always argue back with you. Anyway, Buffalo wins the game 30-27. I thought it was a phenomenal game. I don't take anything away from Buffalo. They are and have been the class of the AFC East for the longest. And they continue to be the Dolphins' daddy. Hey, it is what it is. Your record is what you are. Miami falls to 2-6, and Buffalo is now 7-2. So, with all that being said, I did call for a Buffalo Bill fan, and the only Buffalo Bill fan I know that I would care to talk to right now is Stinking Black. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? You got me on here finally.
Oh, finally got you on here, man. So let me ask you this question, because I sent you this message. I said I'm watching this game so worry-free because I already knew we were going to lose. But what was this like for you watching this game, knowing that your team was probably about to lose to the lowly Dolphins?
Well, I've been nervous all week just because Buffalo tends to kind of play down to perceived competition, and we've been such a what's the term? Not the underdog, but such a favorite that I was nervous that we were gonna mess up in the performance just because we were quote unquote supposed to win. So I was nervous all week and doubly so today.
So what changed in this game though? This was one of those games you rarely see in the NFL where both teams they aren't even. Let's not kid ourselves. Buffalo is far superior, but this game seemed like these teams were so even to where they literally mimicked each other on offense. It was short passes, big runs on both sides of the ball. Both sides.
I think the main thing is I don't think y'all really did anything different to cause it to be different. I think y'all finally, or your coach finally stopped getting bored with the run. If you notice in the past few games, you guys always have success running against us. I'm always afraid of A-Chain, but at some point, I guess you guys pay your receivers too much, and he gets bored of not using them. So by the second quarter, he starts throwing the ball and he stops dominating us in the run. And this time he didn't seem to get bored. So that's why y'all had success, in my opinion.
I agree with you 100% on that. Mike McDaniel is so quick to abandon the run. I think he believes, shout out to Ricardo in the building. I believe he believes his own hype that his offense is so great and so superior that he can abandon what gets you to the dance, and that's running the football. So I was glad to see that even in the fourth quarter, he never abandoned it. Like, he literally just stuck to it, and Buffalo's defense was getting gashed, but Miami's defense was getting gashed also. So that's the funny thing. Who was out? Because I see Von Miller was back in. So who was really missing from your linebacker core or something? Because you just don't normally see, and I don't watch Buffalo's games because I hate Buffalo, but have you guys always been so easy to run the ball on?
For the most part, yes. We've been missing Matt Milano, but we've been missing him for so long. He was our primary run stopper, but we've been missing him for so long that it's kind of no longer an excuse. And this year, we have had trouble stopping the run. The primary example of that was Derrick Henry, how he ran all over us. But even outside of Derrick Henry, other people have been running all over us. So it's just been a rough thing. We are kind of a bend don't break. We get ran on a lot, but in the red zone, we have like one of the best defensive percentages in the league. So that's where we do most of our business.
Yeah, you guys, I think they said that you guys were 15th against the run, but again, Miami gashed them, like literally Miami gashed them, and it was crazy. So coming down to the end of the game again, because so for you guys who don't know, I have multiple groups. I have groups that pertain to every show that we do on this channel, but I also have another group that we have where I just, it's a separate set of guys where we just chop it up. And in that group, I typed, we'll find a way to lose it. Like, I'm like, because I never was sold that we were going to win the game. I thought maybe it was going to go into overtime and we'd lose by a field goal. Wasn't expecting to lose on a 61-yard kick. But how did you feel about the decision to on 4th and 5 not throw a Hail Mary there, but go for that 61-yard field goal?
Yeah. First, I can confirm that you did say they were going to dolphin it up, at some point in the game. So you did say that. I can confirm that. But I think the reason I was nervous about the kick because Tyler Bass, he's been messing up all season. He missed 3 extra points, including one today. So I was a little skeptical of kicking it, but considering our primary, kind of big guy receivers, Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper, they were out. So other than that, we have short guys and we have 2 big tight ends, but they're not going to be able to get down there in time. So I don't disagree. I didn't disagree with the decision, but I think we just didn't have enough jumping guys to get a proper Hail Mary chance. So I could understand the call, and luckily it worked out.
Man, and Florida State could have used Keon Coleman, man, because he was, oh my goodness, bro. Between the Dolphins and Florida State, I don't think there's 3 wins there. So but halfway through the season, my two teams got three wins collectively. So you guys beat Miami again. Nothing new, nothing to see here. So when did Mac Hollins become so instrumental in Buffalo's offense?
He's not usually. It's just because Cooper and Keon were out. He's a really good run blocker, and he's very consistent, and he seems to have decent hands when we throw it to him, but just doesn't usually show up. But today he did pretty good.
So my last question, so on that, in the second quarter, when Buffalo was down on the goal line and they decided to throw that screen pass, that quick slant, instead of running with Josh Allen, which was going to get you a touchdown, what were you thinking there when Ramsey I didn't even know what the hell happened there. Ramsey literally just snatched it out of his hands. I don't know what happened.
No, you watching that with Dolphins eyes, man. Keon just completely missed it. The ball went up, kind of cleared both of their heads. It didn't go super high, but it didn't get snatched away from him. He completely missed it, and Ramsey just had that good concentration, and he got it. That was the one disagreement I had with your whole your intro. He didn't snatch it from him. Keon just messed up, completely missed it, and your boy he took advantage.
Yeah, I do wear my Dolphin blinders sometimes. Yeah, D-Lock. At this point, I'm hoping they just lose the rest of their games, because if you're gonna be bad, let's just be historically bad. Mac Hollins is a good possession receiver. I thought he was good in Miami. I don't know. Again, Miami will have these good receivers, and then they just let them go. Man, I'm glad that you finally came up here, man. We've been trying to get you on a show, whether it's the MMA show or whether it's just the political. I really want you on Tape Fist Politics, because I think you'll shine bright like a diamond over there. Because next to MD, I don't think there's a man that's more politically in tune than you. And I put you a little bit above MD, which is no slight to MD, because on YouTube I say he's the best, but in real life of people I know, I think you slightly a little bit better than him. This Tuesday they'll be doing coverage on the election, so everybody's welcome to join in. So what's next for Buffalo?
I don't know. Didn't even check the season. I can't recall. I think we have the Colts, maybe. I think we have the Colts, then KC. Then then we have a bye week. I would prefer we had a bye week before the Chiefs, but we get what we get. But I think we have the Colts next. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that should be a win there. That should be a win there. I mean,
how's Flacco doing this year? Has he only played that a couple of quarters since Richardson stepped out?
Well, no, they benched Richardson for him.
But okay, but had Flacco been playing at all this season, as far as we know?
I'm about to go over the scores. I had to look and see, but the last thing what I saw is Flacco got the start.
Okay.
So I mean Flacco. Hell, if we had Flacco as a backup, we would have won. You know, we would have went 500 and we wouldn't be sitting here where we are. So at the beginning of the season, I said the Dolphins would go 12-5. We just lost our 6th game, so obviously that's not going to happen. I don't know where we go from here, because when you look at the schedule, there are a lot of winnable games still on that schedule, but I don't know what it'll mean in the grand scheme of things. I still think that if we don't win, 10 games or finish with a winning record, you just need to clean house. What I did see today, I would get rid of Tyreek Hill or Waddle, one of them. You don't need the construct of this team doesn't need both of them. All you need is good receiving tight ends, one big time receiver, and some complementary pieces. I don't want to see Braxton Berrios on this team anymore.
If it's just me, but you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, for me anyway.
Oh man, what's going on? Can you guys hear me in the chat? Flacco played one game against the Steelers and balled out. That's what Oh yeah, no, I can hear myself good on the other end. Ricardo saying loud and clear. So yeah, I don't know if it's you, but I think that's all I had to ask you about the Buffalo stuff.
I appreciate you having me on, and also I appreciate you start a campaign to get Tua to wear the damn helmet. Like his running back is standing right next to him wearing the helmet, but he's too much of a man to wear the helmet. I don't like
which is ridiculous. This guy got scrambled eggs for brains, and he won't wear the damn helmet. I mean, it looks silly, but just put the damn guardian cap on. Stop being stupid, and learn how to slide. Damn it. He instead of jujitsu,
go ahead and play without the helmet at all.
And instead of jujitsu training, he needs to go do some baseball training and learn how to slide, man. But yeah, I appreciate you for coming up, man.
All right, not a problem. See you later.
All right, cool. So yeah, Ricardo, I'd say, Ricardo's saying get rid of Waddle. I would get rid of, because I think, I think you could get more. You'll get more from Tyreek Hill. You probably could still get a 1st round pick for Tyreek Hill, but I would trade Tyreek Hill. Because at this point, we're not going on those super run, and this team is going to have to be rebuilt. So you're going to have to get some picks, and you're going to have to clean house and get some people that actually could pick good. I don't know how I feel about Mike McDaniel yet, as far as if I want to get rid of Mike. Well, it ain't my decision, but if I would get rid of Mike McDaniel, I don't think Mike McDaniel has looked good these past 2 weeks, but it goes back to what I said, is because Tua's back. How did he look when he didn't have Tua? Every time he had the coach without Tua, his team looked like any little league team that you can go find in the neighborhood. Now that Tua's back, now they're putting 27 points a game on the board. Without Tua, 11 points a game. So that goes to show you all that you need to know who is the real MVP behind this offense. So I definitely I don't know. I would get rid of one of those receivers though, just because think about it this way. Deep into the third quarter, Tyreek Hill and Waddle, 1 catch, 6 yards between the two of them. You can't have those two guys on the outside and you only have that production. If you're going to be the 49ers, which Mike McDaniel wants to be the 49ers, and it works, run the ball. You don't need to have those two high-priced receivers on the outside. If you're going to run the ball, shore up that O-line and maybe only have one of them. So, but again, that's my humble opinion, man. I'm just a guy with a microphone. Let's take a look around the NFL and see. Oh, before we get to that, let's look at our game. The Dolphins, Miami did fall 30-27 to Buffalo. We now go to 2-6. Tua was 25 of 28 for 231 yards, 2 touchdowns. Man, his release is so fast. Only 3 incompletions. 3 incompletions in the whole game. Josh Allen, 25 or 39 for 35 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception. But you know you're going to get an interception from Josh Allen. You're just going to get it. But he makes up for it in so many other ways. Devon Achane, 12 carries, 63 yards in the touchdown. James Cook, 10 carries, 44 yards. Tyreek Hill, 4 receptions, 80 yards. Let's see some more stats here. Raheem Mostert was 10 for 56. So Miami on the ground averaged about 6 yards a carry on the ground. Devon Achane was 8 receptions for 58 yards. They went to Achane a lot in the passing game. So again, what I'm saying, you have players like Achane. You don't need Tyreek and Waddle. You don't need that, because if you're throwing the ball to Achane or you're throwing the ball to Jonnu Smith, build that interior line. Because we know Teron Armstead, this is probably it for him, his last season. So I mean, hey, you got to focus on that line and rebuilding this team from the inside out. Jonnu Smith continues to be a bright spot on this team. 5 receptions, 46 yards. Raheem Mostert, two receptions, 32 yards. Raheem Mostert also, I did say 10 carries for 56 yards, but he did have that fumble. Oh, he did have that nasty fumble, man. Calais Campbell continues even at 38, like the oldest, an old veteran on the team. 6 tackles, just clogging up the interior of that line, chasing down Josh Allen, just doing everything he probably doesn't need to be doing, but showing that he's not just going to be a veteran just collecting a paycheck. He's actually gonna contribute. That guy is awesome, man. Just completely awesome. I wish we would have had him on this team when he was younger. Rebuild. They need to upgrade their defense and get another coordinator. See, D-Lock, I don't disagree with you. The defense needs to be retooled, but I think the D coordinator is not the problem. I just think our secondary is definitely suspect. I mean, because Jordan Poyer, I mean, these guys are getting burnt. These guys are with their penalties. It is really suspect in the secondary. We could use an extra linebacker, but again, you don't have Jalen Phillips. You don't have Bradley Chubb. Zach Sealer is out. No telling when he'll be back. So we're really down in that defense. So I'd give Anthony Weaver a chance. But if we get a new GM, he may just want to come in and clean house. So who knows? Mike McDaniel calls the plays. Mike McDaniel probably needs to give up play calling duty. But again, we don't know until we get a new GM. Stephen Ross is getting older and older. He wants to win, so he may just completely clean house. Who knows? So let's take a look around the NFL. Today's games. Oh man, the Panthers over the Saints, 23-22. Who's starting for the Panthers? Oh, Bryce Young. Oh, Bryce Young is back in. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. So Bryce Young gets a win. Terrible stat line. 16-26, 171 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Yeah, that guy might not be any good. The Giants fall to the Commanders 27-22. Mike's New York Football Giants, the good guy Miami Dolphins, fall to the Buffalo Bills 30-27. The Chargers over the Browns 27-10. At this point, do the Browns even have a football team? Like who do they have right now? Okay, Patriots lose to the Titans 20-17. I could only imagine how terrible that game was. So the Dolphins and the Patriots are tied for last place in the AFC East. Ugh. The Falcons hold out against the Cowboys 27-21. Kilo already was in here, so I say that she came to take her medicine, but still conspicuous by his absence is Lil Ben. I haven't seen Lil Ben in weeks because the Cowboys keep losing, and he doesn't want to show up to the front of the congregation and take his medicine. The Cowboys are 3-5, 1 game better than the Miami Football Dolphins. So terrible season for both teams. Where are we now? Chargers over the Browns. Patriots, let's see. The Bengals over the Raiders 41-24. The Ravens 41-10 winners over the Broncos. Right now in the late games, you have the Bears 6, Cardinals 7, the Eagles 10-0 over the Jaguars. The Rams and the Seahawks are tied up. The Lions up 7-3 over the Packers. And then the Sunday night. Oh no, then you have the Colts and the Vikings. The Colts and the Vikings play tonight on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night you have Bones, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So that is the slate of games that we have. Cousins for the win. So that is the slate of games that we have right now. Man, hopefully everybody enjoys their football Sunday. Thank God we had an hour to go back because I damn sure needed that sleep. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Thanks to those of you watching over on Twitter, man. Y'all drop me a comment, man. Let me know what's going on Twitter. You guys be watching. It's 25 strong of you over there watching on Twitter. Drop your boy a comment. Let me know how you like the show. Things like that, man. Shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to my guest, Thinking Black. I want to say this first time he's ever been on any panel that we done on the Straight Talk Society, but he did come on because he is a Buffalo Bill fan. And listen, so that is my brother-in-law. So he comes visit us from time to time, and he had I wouldn't say joy because it was weird. I don't let people in my house when football's going on, but he already was here, so I couldn't kick him out. But his team is playing my team, and he has to sit there and watch this game with my ridiculous ass watching football. It was the most cringe time. Like it's just crazy because he doesn't react like me. He's more of a, when he watches a game, he's more calm and he just sits there and he watches. Whereas with me, I'm throwing stuff. I'm getting mad. I'm cussing out the refs. I'm cussing out the TV, calling Mike McDaniel stupid, telling Tua he needs to slide. I'm just over the top animated. So it's just funny to watch him watch a game with me. And I'm like Zay, because Zay doesn't like people around him when he's watching the Steelers. And I don't like people around me when I'm watching the Dolphins because it just, I feel like I feel like they bring me a bad mojo or something, man. So yeah, he said he's saying it was a little awkward. It was. I want to say it was around Christmas time because he comes visit us, once a year, and it's just like we're sitting there watching the game, and I'm like, damn, bro, like I don't want nobody here watching this game with me, man. It was crazy, but hey, nevertheless, that is how it is, man. Football brings out the best and worst in us, man. It's all good though. Hey, if your team is doing good, man, happy for you. If you're a Dolphin fan and a Seminole fan like myself, all we can say is better luck next year. Better luck next year because the Seminoles at this point, they need to clean house also because this is terrible. They're historically bad. The Dolphins at least are getting better, and they hung. Yeah, well, see, D-Lock, I agree with you. He says I can see the Dolphins winning 5 to 6 of the next remaining games. I really could see that, especially the way they're playing. But at this point, what does that do? If we win 5 or 6 of the next games, that put us in the middle of the pack in the draft. And who do we get? We need I'm not saying tank the season. All I'm saying is look at who you have on your roster right now. Call some teams up and make some trades. We need some draft capital right now. We need some draft capital to rebuild this team. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, hey, man, with all that being said, man, appreciate you guys for coming through, man. Enjoy the rest of your football season. Get ready for your work week. Peace and blessings to everybody. Hope you have a really good work week, man. This year is almost up. The election is Tuesday. Thanksgiving's coming up, Christmas, then we'll be into another year, man. So I always say, man, just try loving somebody. It's so much easier than being a hateful prick. With all that being said, man, enjoy my new closeout video that I made yesterday. And you guys tell me how you like it, man, because I did work on this. We will see you guys Tuesday on Tape Fist Politics. Listen, there's no Man Talk Monday tomorrow. There's no Wrestling with Reality. I myself won't be back until Thursday where I have a debate on Thursday, but I'm taking a couple of days off just because the election. I like to watch the coverage, leading up to the elections. And y'all make sure to subscribe to the MD20 because I'm sure he'll be streaming the election coverage live on his channel. So peace to everybody that came through, man. I will see you guys on the other side. Peace.